Okay, have a nice day. Here I am Shan Kurituaku. In this video, I am going to discuss with you the question came from accounting equation in the year 2015. I have mentioned on the board the question and answer because we can reduce the time consuming when I explain. Therefore, I have mentioned the question and answer. Then, if you take accounting equation here, we can have only three main changes. We can have increase in both sides, that is under assets and liability side. We can have decrease in both sides, under assets and liability side. We can have both increase and decrease under one side, that is either under assets or under liability side. If you understand those three main changes, then you can adjust any business transaction in this accounting equation at the exam. Therefore, what you have to understand is how to identify any business transactions and insert in this accounting equation. If you understand those three main changes, it is easy for you to record any business transaction at the examination. I have mentioned the answer, but I will explain all the transaction clearly. At the exam we can have two type of questions. Sometimes examiner will give you a question with opening balances. That is a business coming from previous year. And also second type, you will be given a question which is just comments or which is just started. Therefore, we can't have opening balances. Right. This is a just comments business. Here, Narada opened a stationery shop in part of his home 1st March 2015 by investing 150,000 cash. That means owner has introduced 150,000 rupees as his capital, introduction of capital, that is 150,000. And he also brought 60,000 worth of furniture for use in the business on this day. If the owner has brought another asset, here he has brought furniture, it also belongs to the owner. Therefore, he has invested at the beginning 150,000 rupees and 60,000 worth of furniture. Then there can be two bits: cash 150,000 plus office furniture, it comes under property plant equipment, another 60,000. Addition of those two values, that is 210,000, will be under capital introduction. Right. But here, examiner asks you to record only the transaction from 1 to 10 given in the question. He doesn't mention anything regarding introduction capital. In this answer at the exam, you have to record only the transaction from 1 to 10. If you record the introduction capital 150,000 cash and furniture 6,000, it is time consuming. Therefore, don't record introduction of capital. You have record only the transaction given in the questions from 1 to 10. Right. Then we take one by one. Purchase stationery items for 100,000 on cash. On cash means at the time of purchasing, owner has to pay money. Therefore, the amount is 100,000. Then, as he has opened bank account, they have mentioned he opened a bank account in the name of the business and carried out all transactions through this account. That means for the business usage, he has opened a new bank account. Then, when they purchase stationery items to be sold, then there will be decrease in bank account by the same amount. Here, bank 100,000 minus, because when you purchase 100,000 worth of stationery items, there will be decrease in bank account by 100,000. That's why I put 100,000 under bank. Then business will take another asset, inventory or stocks, worth of 100,000. Therefore, your stocks will increase by another 100,000. Then there will be increase in both sides under assets and liabilities. But in this transaction under this is assets 100,000 increase and the bank 100,000 decrease. Therefore, because of this transaction, increase and decrease both happen on the one side, that is on the asset side. Inventory increased by 100,000, bank decreased by 100,000. Therefore, it comes under third main change of this account equation. Right. We take second transaction, sold stationery items with a credit cost of 70,000 for 100,000 on cash. The amount sold is 100,000, but cost of this stationery item was 70,000. That means owner has earned 30,000 worth of profit. Any profit goes to the owner or equity. Therefore, here the difference between 100,000 and 70,000 will be 30,000. Therefore, 30,000 goes to owner's equity. Because of any, here I have mentioned under equity plus 30,000, because of any profit or because of any income, owner's equity will increase. That's why I have mentioned plus 30,000 under equity. Then, when you sell 70,000 worth of stationery item, there will be decrease from stationery inventory by another 70,000. Then, as they have sold 70,000 worth of stationery item for 100,000, there will be a cash receipt of 100,000 rupees because they have sold on cash. On cash means at the time of selling, you receive money. Therefore, bank value will increase by another 100,000. Fine. We come to third transaction. Purchased stationery item for 150,000 on credit. Here on credit means purchases. On credit means the business doesn't pay money at the time of purchasing. Therefore, you will create another liability called trade payables. The amount purchased is 150,000. Because of that, you will create another liability, trade payables 150,000. Therefore, trade payable value will increase by another 150,000. Then, equally, you will receive inventory items. They come under inventory, that is stationery items. Then again, there can be increased by another 150,000. Again, both sides increase. That is the second change in this account equation. As you receive inventory worth of 150,000, inventory goes up by 150,000. As you don't pay money, you will increase your liability trade payables by another 150,000. Right. That is the effect of third transaction. Then we can come to fourth one. Return 30,000 worth of stationery items to the supplier due to defects. You know, business has the right to return any item because of acceptable reason. Here, the reason was defects. Then the owner has returned 30,000 worth of stationery items to the supplier. Therefore, the value payable by the business declined by 30,000. Therefore, liability trade payable will come down by 30,000. Equally, as you return stationery items to the supplier, there will be decrease in inventory by another 30,000. When you return to the supplier, your inventory stock will come down. Therefore, minus 30,000. When you return, your liability will come down by that amount. That is why I have put minus 30,000. Right. That is number 4. Then, number 5. Purchased a computer on 15th March 2015 for rupees 120,000 on credit. This amount is payable over a period of 18 months. Here, it is equal to loan because here we are running a business buying and selling stationery items. But the owner has purchased a computer that is for the office usage. Therefore, it doesn't come under inventory. It is come under non-current assets. Here, property, plant and equipment. I have mentioned PPE, that is property, plant and equipment. Therefore, we can't put the value of the computer under inventory. We have to record the cost of computer under PPE, that is property, plant and equipment. The value of the computer comes under property, plant and equipment, that is PPE. Then, as they have purchased on credit, that means they have to pay the amount within 18 months, that is a loan, because at the examiner has mentioned in the question a loan, because you are given this format. Otherwise, we can arrange another category, but here examiner has given you in the format under liabilities loan, the separate column. Therefore, we have record in loan section. As you have to pay within 18 months, the value of the computer 120,000, it comes under loan, that is non-current liability. Because if you have to settle after 12 months of period, any liability that comes under non-current liability. Here they have just given liabilities, but anyway trade payables come under current liability, loans come under non-current liability. But here examiner hasn't given you that category classification, but anyway, as he has given you loans, the value of computer comes under loan category. There is liability, non-current liability. Therefore, I have put plus 120,000. Equally, you have to add another 120,000 to the property, plant and equipment. Therefore, here both sides has increased by the same amount, that is 120,000. Right. Then you can come to next transaction. Sold stationery items with the cost of 100,000 for 140 on credit. Here, as we have sold stationery items on credit, that means you don't receive money at the time of selling, you will create another asset called debtors or trade receivable. Here, the value is 140,000. Your customer's trade receivable value will increase by 140,000. That is the selling price. The cost of those stationery items is 100,000. When you sell goods or stationery items, your inventory stocks will come down. Therefore, we have to deduct by the amount of cost of stationery item. It happens under inventory, because when you sell goods, then we have to deduct cost of those items, that is 100,000. The difference between these two, selling price and the cost, is the profit. Any profit goes to the owner. Therefore, 40,000 goes to the owner. Because of any profit or income, equity or capital will increase. Right. Then next item, paid 15,000 the monthly salary of the office assistant. You know, salary is expense. Because of any expense, there will be decrease in equity or capital. The amount paid is 15,000. Therefore, I have deducted 15,000 from equity. Because of any expenses or losses, there will be decrease in equity. Then equally, as they have paid it from the bank, then there will be decrease in bank by another 15,000. They have used the bank account to pay the salary. Right. Next item, obtain 30,000 from the business for personal use of Narada. Here, 30,000. 30,000 means that is drawings. If the owner has used business money for his personal use, it comes on drawings. Owner cannot use business money for their personal use according to business entity concepts. So, as the owner has taken 30,000 from the business for his personal use, it comes on the drawings. Because of any drawings, there will be decrease in equity or capital. Therefore, I have recorded under equity minus 30,000, because minus means equity comes down by that amount. The drawings amount, the amount taken by the owner is 30,000. Then equally there will be decrease in bank, because he has taken money from the bank, 30,000. Right. Next transaction, paid the stationery supplier subject to a 5% discount on this outstanding balance. Because you know, when it comes to third transaction, purchase stationery items, so 150,000 on credit. And both transactions they have mentioned 30,000 worth of stationery they have returned to the supplier. Therefore, we have to link these two transactions. We have to be careful to calculate the amount paid with the discount received, because they have purchased 150,000 worth of stationery items, but both transactions they have mentioned that 30,000 worth of stationery items they have returned. Therefore, we have to take the net bill up. The amount purchased is 150,000, but the amount returned is 30,000. Then we have to further pay to the supplier only 120,000. Here we have to take out of 120,000 5%. If you take 5% from 150,000, that is wrong, because they have returned 30,000 worth of stationery item to the owner. Therefore, we have to calculate the discount received from the net tally, that is 120,000, because they purchased 150,000 worth of goods, then they return 30,000 worth of goods. They have to pay further only 120,000. Then out of 120,000, you have to take 5%. Then 5% means 6,000. If it is 10%, it will be 12%. Half of that equal to 5%, that is 6,000. Because of any discount received, owner's equity will increase. That is equal to income. Therefore, I have put plus 6,000 under equity, because when you settle the liability, if the supplier gives you a discount, that is called discount received. Discount received comes on income. Because of any income, there will be increase in owner's equity. Then the amount payable was 120,000, but we have to pay only amount below that, that is the difference between 120 and 6,000, that is 114,000 minus from the back. We pay only 140,000, but when you pay 140,000, total liability will be over, that is 120,000, because the amount paid is 114,000 and the discount received is 6,000. Addition of these two equal to 120,000. Therefore, we deduct 120,000 from the trade payable, because when you settle 140,000, full liability will be over. Right. Next transaction, received the amount due from debtors after allowing 5% discount. You know, that is discount allowed, because when you receive money from trade debtors, we can deduct something. That means if they pay you, if they pay the business before the given credit period, businessman will be happy and deduct something to the debtor or customer. That is called discount allowed or given. Discount allowed or given is loss for the business. Here, they have sold goods on credit. It is in transaction number 6, cost of 100,000 for 140 on credit. That sales is 140,000. Then, out of 140,000, they have given the customer 5% discount. Out of 140,000, here 5% means 7,000. 7,000. That is loss for the business. Because of any loss, equity will come down. That's why I have put 7,000. The amount calculated as discount allowed to given 7,000, that is 5% from 140. The loss of the business, therefore, because of any loss, equity will come down. Then minus 7,000. Then balance will be paid by the customer, that is 133,000. Therefore, your bank value will increase by that amount, that is 130,000. But the customer will be actually disappear because of 140,000. That's how the amount received. That is enough discount allowed, and the amount received will be equal to the amount received from the customer. Then minus 140,000. Right. Then I have highlighted all the transactions occurred during the month of March from 1 to 10, but examiner has given you another two adjustments. The telephone bill of the business for the month of March 2015 amounted to 3,000, was issued on 2nd, 4th, 2015. You know, March telephone bill they have got in the following month. That means they haven't yet paid the amount due. Therefore, it is liability. Telephone bill, it comes on accrued expenses. Here, as you are asked to record only the transaction 1 to 10, it is not important for you to record, or it is not necessary, or it is not compulsory for you to adjust this to what is given under additional information. If you won't know how to record, then I will explain. 3,000 we haven't paid yet, therefore it comes under other payables, but here I just have mentioned under trade payables 3,000. Because of any expense, they are decrease in equity, that's why I put minus 3,000 and plus trade payables or other payables. Then next one, the PPE should be depreciated on a straight line basis, the 20%. You know, they have got a computer that is 100,000. Out of 120,000, if you ask to depreciate under a straight line basis, then we have to charge an equal amount with the lifetime of the asset. Here we are asked to take 25%. 20%, that is 1/5 from the cost. Here 1/5 from the cost is here. If it is 10%, 12,000 annually. When you double the value, it is equal to 20%, that is 24,000 per annum. 24,000 per annum, but here we are given transaction occurred during the month of March. Then we have to take 1 month depreciation, that is 2,000. But you can't take 2,000 also, because we have to depreciate from the date you purchase the asset to the end of the accounting period. Otherwise, you can't charge full year's depreciation. But if there is any policy given in the question by the examiner, that is they depreciate fully without considering the date purchase, and they don't depreciate when they dispose the asset, or we don't depreciate when they purchase, but without considering the date they sold, they fully depreciate like that. If the examiner has given your policy, then we have to obey that policy. But here he doesn't give you any policy, therefore we can take, according to the given instruction, straight line basis 20%, but they have purchased the asset 15th March 2015. That means just after 2 weeks of March. Therefore, we can't take even 2,000. When you take 20% from 120, it is equal to 24,000. Per month will be 2,000. But as they have purchased this one after 2 weeks, that is 15th March, we have to take half of that. That is 1,000. That's why I have put 1,000 under equity minus, and also minus PPE. Because of depreciation, the asset value will come down by the amount depreciated, that is 1,000, and also because of any loss or depreciation expense is estimated expense, then equity will come down. That's why I have put minus 1,000. Fine. I think you understood the question came from accounting equation in the year 2015, paper 2, question number 3. So, if you have any comments regarding this discussion, you can suggest under the comment section. And also, I will be discussing all the accounting equation questions came from 2017, 16, 18, 19, and 20. When it comes to 2019 and 20 questions, you are given 40 marks, 40 marks, but they have included some other parts also, but they are big questions 2019 and 20. I will definitely discuss with you 2019 and 20 questions. They are big questions, you are given 40 marks. Therefore, even in the future, examiner will set that type of questions. Therefore, you have to be thoroughly with the accounting equation. So, from my next video, I'll be discussing 2020 and 2019. 2 questions came from accounting equation. So, if you feel that you have got something from this discussion, please subscribe to me. Then you can easily take my future videos and switch on your notification. Then you will take all the videos easily to your place. So then you can share this video among your friends, and you can have any suggestions to discuss any lessons in the future as you wish. You can suggest what you want to discuss in English medium accounting. Thank you very much.